Oh. Well, no. It has worked against me. For instance, like I said, I am married. And when you get married, mind you, there's real music playing. I'm not licensed. I haven't officially licensed it yet, though I will be throwing up at the end. No. I mean, putting up at the end an image of the album cover and also the name of the album, because it's fantastic and you should get it. As to whether or not they endorse what I'm doing, I certainly endorse what they've done. And I'm going to be retrograding that on my former podcast. Anyway, and they might pull it, but you should, before they do ask me to pull it, check out the music because it's good stuff. But I think that shoot. Shoot. Oh, well, I've just been doing a lot of surfing on the net. And somehow in my head, I do separate the surfing and the researching. When you're researching, if you're looking into something you don't know, in my opinion, you're surfing if you're looking to see how friends of yours from school are doing now. And it's been really interesting looking back at some of my friends and in some cases some former love interests. They do have MySpace pages and things that people can access to kind of get a feel for how they are just doing. And some of them are only children, but most of them are siblings. And they seem, some of them mention some of the same fits of loneliness or depression that, you know, this only child adult woman mentioned having and suffering from. And I've definitely been there. Depression has definitely got its mark in my life, and the island life has really contributed to that. You know, when you find solace in yourself and you have no problem leaving the company of others in order to pursue more just personal or independent pursuits, it's easy to get lost in the luxury of just not having to work with others, including lovely people. You know, people who could really you know, benefit the way you live. And so you can get lost on your own. Island life is not something I recommend, and being married has forced me to reel it in. You know, it's very important that I do this. Part of this is, you know, why am I doing this? A lot of it, a lot of this is because, for me, it does have a therapeutic value. You know, I find it interesting. I'm cataloging this for my kiddos, myself. I think when I'm 90, Baruch Hashem, you know, if I live to that age, when I'm 90, I'll look back at this and be like, dude, you were really boring. I can't believe the internet even entertained that. Or I'll say, well, you know what? You know, for a dude your age, you're in the upper 20s. You know, you're bringing something to the table, and it's not negative. Because I hope that when I'm that age, as I do now, I will believe that the internet's a forum where we can all just kind of get together and kind of add positivity. And it sounds cheesy and it sounds just totally goofball, but I do think that this is our opportunity as people to really look around, appreciate what we have, what we are, who we've become, and share it. I think that's what all this is about. So I will say that part of me does have this this motivation to be positive, not just because I'm happy-go-lucky. Gosh, I'm just an awesome guy, and it's because I'm me. It's not that, although I think that's part of it. I think you could say that, I hope you can say the same thing for yourself. I think we all can at some point, and we all should be able to. Just because I do believe life is a blessing. And that has nothing to do with your station, that has nothing to do with the details. Now, admittedly, you know, if you can't pay your debts, whatever those debts may be in a social, financial, or any other way, let me turn down the tunage a little bit. You hear the tunage? My dad has mentioned he thinks World War III, was it III, was going to be over water. I said that's actually pretty optimistic. I don't think World War III, I said maybe World War IV will be over water. Depends on how rambunctious we get by that point in time, but I think World War III will be something else. 4 might be water, yeah, and that's part of why I think it's important to appreciate where you are now, because you know, things, just stop and smell the roses. Check out the scene, because it's going to be different tomorrow, and I'm not saying it'll be worse, and I'm not saying it'll be better. No one knows. But that's the thing. You only know what you got. And really, even looking back, you still can't really, you can't know anything. You know, look back at photos and we all look at our hair and we're just like, dude, that is, I can't believe I wore stoned wash jeans. I can't believe that. That is horrendous. I can't believe that. I'm wearing a bracelet in 7th grade. Don't wear bracelets in 7th grade. You know, I was looking at Arsenio Hall the other night on TV, and I give props to that dude. I really enjoyed the show when I was a youngster, and it came out when I was in junior high. I think maybe just a little before junior high, but all through junior high, and I really enjoyed the Arsenio Hall show, and he brought on a lot of neat, that was when hip-hop, that was a time in American history when hip-hop really gained a lot of ground, and he had a huge part in that, I believe. That, you know, it was the in-living, what I refer to as just the in-living color age, era. And it's the internet age. Age is much bigger, but it was an era, an important one for my youth. But even he, Arsenio Hall, and I'm not saying that he, you know, a lot of people look at him, and even in his prime, looked at him as kind of a not funny dude. I thought he had his moments. I really thought he had his moments, and he certainly did his job well. I really enjoyed. He was very natural. I enjoyed it. Point is this: the New Kids on the Block were on his show, and they sang a little ditty called "Funky Funky Christmas." What's wild is he had his own album called Chunky A, and I guess, I don't know if it was before, after, or during this process that album was on the market, but I do know that he actually went in and sang a little bit of this Funky Funky Christmas with the New Kids on the Block. And, you know, we've all worn stone-washed jeans, and if they're not stone-washed jeans, they're that kind of earring, they're that hairdo, they're that something. So what I'm saying is, even looking back on the present in the future, it's still a little off. It's always a little off. How well do we know? We only know what we can process at the time. And whenever you look back on something, you go, oh, not good, or damn, that was a good move. Hopefully that's, you know, we'll all fall predominantly into the latter camp. But nonetheless, my point is, work with what you got. And don't really be, oh, hey Justin, what's up? That's nice. It's good to see people are out. I went to high school with him. I actually went to colegio with him. He's a cool guy, cool guy. I'll have to delete his name. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, good guy.